Now what I've noticed is the video that I was recording to reach at all this point did not actually capture the things I wanted to show you, or it had a blank screen. Now I will not go through that again, so what I can do is what can we do? So I've even created this, but you didn't see that, so let me do this. Let's search for PowerShell. Let's see if I can fill in the gaps. So you run PowerShell. You can run the default CMD like we've been doing, but PowerShell has some power with it that the default one did not have. So I'll confirm again if all this is being seen. So just like we did on the default one, we navigate. Now I'll do the shortcut. We go to, this is not doing the shortcut. Okay, it is. Then clear that. Then we want to navigate to Annie. Okay, let me clear that. And then in Annie, because I've added a lot of things, if I do this, you can see there's also another directory called Annie. This is actually the project I've created from Qt. I was doing a video not knowing it's not capturing the things that I want. So if I navigate to Annie here, you'll see all the files there, but let me not show you the files. I'll show you from the Qt itself. So the things that you might have missed is we already created this directory, and then now adding it to Git. So first you have to check that you are actually the user. For example, if I do this git config user.name, so Git already knows it's working with Rapsum as the authentic user. I can do the same, and then where there's user I say email. My email address is again registered. Now let me fill in the gaps. So before you actually push, you do git push, you have to run this command. Actually, when you do git push, before it can actually push the files to Git, it will ask you to enter these two commands. So depending if you've run your Git before, it may not prompt that, but if that's the first time, it may. Nevertheless, here are the commands. So that's git config, you set everything to global, then you say user dot name, then you pass a string inside there. That's where you put your username. So this is how I did mine. Innocent, is it innocent? Okay, I did that. I'll not run it, just afraid that I'll change things. So I did that. You hit enter. Again, you come here, you say email, you pass a string inside there. That's how you set your email address. If it's going to prompt you to do that. Okay, so what else? The other command is adding your remote repository to this one. So you're saying that actually that was supposed to be the first one, so you say git git remote. We start with a remote. Git remote add or origin, then you paste your remote origin like that. You hit enter. I already have it, so it's a pity it can't remove everything. Why? Okay, so git remote add origin, that you add the remote origin. I think I showed you where I got it. If not, I can show you again. Where are we? We are here. So here you click this, you copy it, you add it there. Okay, and then if you want to check that remote repository is added, you say git remote, you do this, so you are able to fetch from it, you're able to pull from it, meaning everything is good. From there you can now push. So git push origin, remember the default is master, git push origin master, then you hit enter. So when you're pushing for the first time, it will ask you to sign in. As you're doing that, you're already signed in your browser. I think the rest is easy to figure out. Okay, so right now it's because I'm running low on internet. I think this is why it's taking time. But there's a part that I've recorded. I think this part was captured somewhere. If I can find that, I include it as part of this video as well. Okay, so what this will do is to just write the files to your remote like this, the way I have mine. You just refresh, and then here you first see master, you refresh, main, you refresh, you should be able to see master. You click on master, you should be able to see these files. And let me refresh it because I have more than just these files. Okay, before I can close this video, let's come to this one. When you come to your Qt creator, I think it will basically look like this. So what I've done is made this. Once again, like I said, I was recording, I don't know what happened, it wasn't recording. So how I've made this one, the first project, don't consider the other ones. So you come to create project, you make sure here it's the Qt widgets application, not console. You can ask me about the other ones. You come to choose, and then here I've been consistent with that, and then we browse. Remember, in our C drive, the one that we created, I choose that. So here it has changed. It's saying this already exists because I've already made it. Yeah, and then here, sorry, we changed the name. I think that's what it was saying, already exists. So there is what yeah, that's what we have named as Annie. Now it's saying already exists. So let me do something here. Then you say next. I chose this. Why I'm choosing this? Well, the CMake will just pick the latest version. And why I'm choosing this one? Because 6 currently is sort of latest. I'm sure they could have made something more latest than this. 6.5 and later. And why I'm doing 6.5 and later, because the Qt community out there, or developers out there, have figured out a number of debugging problems that they are faced with this version. With the latest one, well, fixes could be there, but maybe not so much. But if you want, you can choose it. And let me explain between QMake and CMake. QMake pretty much works the same as CMake, but QMake is for applications that are not so robust or so big, and CMake for an easy or big application. It handles that. So like I said, I'm going to choose this because a number of fixes have been done. And then here what I did is this is our main window, or the first screen that we're going to see. So I've just named it as Laundry Management System, just added LMS. We can rename everything, and then said next, here said next, here said next, and here we made sure that Git was picked, and then we said finished, and all these files that will be made. So like I said, since I have it, I'm going to crash this thing if I click finish. So you can go ahead and click finish, and once you do, this project should be made. I think you'll be able to see it in the edit here. When everything runs, you need to see this master. That means everything is running well. And then when you come to the terminal, let me close this. When you come to the terminal, if you do that, you should be able to see your files, dir, and from here we'll be able to do our git commands as well. So let me also close this video, make sure it's running, and then I'll make a follow-up video. Okay, before I close it, if everything is fine, you come here, you run. Here it's run debug, here it's just building, but this will build before running. So we click it. Hopefully you are able to see this. So this is our empty project, there's nothing on it, but that's what we are going to work on and build it. Okay.